talking about resveratrol, the most important thing, or why the Malbec variety develops more quantity is because this variety adapts very well to the altitude, and this factor, the altitude factor, helps to develop resveratrol as a way to protect the genetic material located in the seeds of the berries. High altitude has more exposure to the UV light. That's why during the adaptation to the high altitude, Malbec develop extra quantity of resveratrol to protect the genetic material, as I said, and Malbec variety is has the highest content of resveratrols. What else? Altitude is a key factor to develop resveratrol, because when you climb up the mountains, the UV exposure is higher too.
Right.
So it's a very good way to protect the genetic material to avoid mutations for the future generation of the vines.
Right, exactly. And then tell me about the climate and how that affects it. The change in temperature from day to night.
The most important thing is always trying to look for places where you can obtain by nature very well marked thermal amplitude between the highest temperature of the day and the lower temperature of the night. When you move through the mountains, of course, you obtain in a very good way, in a natural way, you improve the thermal amplitude. That's why we don't have several problems related with the global warming, but in the lower area of our property we find that the coolest nights are half degree warmer compared with the same day of 5-7 years ago.
Okay.
So in the lower area the climate is a little higher in temperature, just half degree, and here we don't have problems.
But that big change in temperature from day to night really is another factor that creates more polyphenols in the
acidity
in the grapes.
In the grapes, and it's very good to develop aromas precursors.
Okay.
Color for both varieties, red and white varieties. It's a very good way also to develop. And very important thing when you obtain this thermal amplitude is trying to make the picking of the grapes very early in the morning.
Right.
So you can encapsulate all of this aromas precursors, so you can develop them very well during the fermentation process, especially for the high rotation wines, the young styles of wines without contact with the oak-oaked wines. And that's why also we pick during the night by machine for this styles of wines.
Gotcha. Yeah, I mean, the thing I'm most interested with here is just the dynamics of the environment, the high altitude, the change in the temperature, that all contributes to like a really healthy fruit, healthy grape, maybe some of the healthiest in the world. And then the other thing is the man-made watering systems, where without that it would be a desert here.
Yes.
Right?
You can see how is this.
This is a desert. This is how it would be if there were not the man-made watering systems here, which is really...
Water here is a key factor. That's why all the systems we use are always focused to obtain a rational use of the resource, because if you don't have water, you're dead. Here you can develop anything.
There'd be nothing.
No, nothing. It's very easy to see or to imagine how is this without water.
Right.
It's a desertic place.
Yeah.
It's a desertic place.